beautiful late afternoon here in Southern California as Comcast Sportsnet brings you Chicago Cubs baseball. A long road trip which began last night wraps up today as the Cubs try to beat the LA Angels of Anaheim. Great to have you with us, along with Todd Hollandsworth in for Jim DeShays. I'm Len Casper. Albert Pujols now in the American League, struggling this year, but once again, he beat the Cubs last night.
Yeah, maybe pressing a little bit. I think the offense is pressing a little bit. Albert Pujols, strikeouts have been up a little bit this year, but sometimes one swing of the bat, Len, will change the course of your season. That swing might have been last night for Albert Pujols.
Yeah, it has been a slow start, hitting under 250 to start the year. And last night was his first go-ahead home run in the 6th inning or later as an Angel. This was off Carlos Villanueva, the Menards Big Lumber stat, what he's done against the Cubs. He hit 41 such home runs with the St. Louis Cardinals, and Albert will be back in the lineup today in the DH spot. It'll be Matt Garza on the mound for the Cubs, former American leaguer with the Twins and the Rays, and off to a pretty good start.
Oh, Matt Garza's been looking good, looking to be more aggressive. You saw that in his last start. Through 93 pitches, 76 fastballs. Big, big number. Expect more of the same from Matt Garza today.
He's a California native. He's from Fresno, and a guy from Apple Valley, California. Left-hander Jason Vargas will go for the Angels. So a late afternoon from Anaheim. The Cubs will head back home to Wrigley Field for the weekend. They try to snap a 3-game losing streak coming up next.
Look at him, living on cloud nine with that U-verse wireless receiver.
You see, in my day, when my mom was repainting the house, you couldn't just set up a TV in the basement. I mean, come on.
Nope. We only watch TV in the rooms that had a TV outlet.
Yeah, if we wanted to watch TV someplace else, we'd have to go to my Aunt Sally's. Have you ever sat in a plastic-covered couch?
You're missing a good game over here.
Those kids wouldn't have lasted one day in our shoes.
Add a wireless receiver. Call to get U-verse TV for just $19 a month with qualifying bundles. Rethink possible.
Whenever you want, wherever you go, your favorite shows are there.
How does that work?
With DirecTV Everywhere. We've added Showtime with shows like Dexter and Homeland, so you can watch the same shows you love at home.
That should be a good thing.
On your cell phone, tablet, or laptop.
Why not?
Catch up on previous seasons anytime, anywhere.
I'm in.
Plus, we're adding more of your favorites all the time. Start watching now at directv.com/everywhere.
Oh, she's gonna love this. Ow! Ow!
Next time, try this, the Champagne Lodge. With our private pool and Whirlpool suites, on-site spa, and special occasion packages, you can be sure to give a gift that will create great memories.
Nice work. Anytime.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. BMO Harris Bank, helping money make sense. BMO Harris Bank, NA member FDIC. AT&T U-verse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. Ford. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Welcome back to the Big A, Angels Stadium here in Anaheim, as the Cubs and Angels will wrap up a quick 2-game series. And the big story in baseball last night, 22-year-old outfielder Yasiel Puig of the LA Dodgers had a great debut. This is the 2nd game of his major league career. 2 home runs in a win over the San Diego Padres. This was a 3-run shot to tie the game. And then some insurance here, going oppo at Dodger Stadium.
Oh, Len, very, very impressive late in a ball game. I know Dodger Stadium pretty well. We talk about the Marine Lair. To go opposite field right there certainly is getting everybody's attention. And right now, I think Puig people are falling in love with the enthusiasm that they've seen just in the 2 ball games that this young man's played with. Very similar to Bryce Harper, to Mike Trout, their starts to their career. He's taking LA by storm right now.
So they exchange the lineup cards. Alfredo Griffin and Jamie Quirk with the honors today. Mike Trout getting set to face hard-throwing right-hander Matt Garza. The Cubs come in. They've been very streaky lately. They lost 6 in a row. They followed that up with a 5-game winning streak. And following that now have lost their last 3 in a row. Another off day tomorrow before they start a homestand against the Pittsburgh Pirates on Friday. And the Angels now take the field behind left-hander Jason Vargas, the reigning American League Pitcher of the Month. Interesting Cubs lineup brought to you by Southwest. Darwin Barney will lead off for the 6th time in his career. Cody Ransom's going to hit second. Rizzo, Soriano, Hairston, Wellington Castillo the catcher, Starlin Castro's 2nd straight game in the 7th spot. Both catchers in the lineup as Navarro will DH, and Ryan Sweeney had 3 hits last night. He will hit 9th.
For the Angels on defense, J.B. Shuck will be in left field. Mike Trout in center. Josh Hamilton will be out in right as well. Alberto Callaspo is going to be at third base. Eric Ibar, Howie Kendrick, Mark Trumbull will be playing first today with Albert Pujols DHing. Chris Iannetta behind the plate. Jason Vargas on the mound for the Angels.
Our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitchers. So if you can do the math, he's 5-3. He went 5-0 in May. That means he had to go 0-3 in April.
Certainly a rough start, but Jason throwing the ball much better. Loves pitching in this ballpark. 7-2 in his career. Pitching here as well. Fly ball pitcher, but interesting, Len. Start time today is 4 o'clock here. The ball will be flying a little bit more. Cubs offense been swinging the bat a lot better from the right side of the plate. Have been seeing some of that long ball power. We'll see how it plays today.
And our lows never stop improving. Vargas off to a slow start first year with the Angels after coming over from Seattle. But the American League Pitcher of the Month for May, it's actually the 2nd time he has won that award. He's won 2 of the last 5. He won it last July as a Seattle Mariner. Came over in a deal for Kendrys Morales, who's been hot for the Mariners lately. 13 RBIs over his last 11. Let's get the umpires. Corey Blazer will call balls and strikes. Jeff Nelson at first. Ed Hickox at second. And the crew chief, Jim Joyce, at third.
Jason Vargas, fastball, slider, curveball. He will throw a cutter.
Well, the first pitch is inside, ball 1.
And the challenge today is that he's got virtually a right-handed lineup going up against in the Cubs. Anthony Rizzo, really the lefty in the lineup. The rest of these guys are going to be right-handed. Works both sides of the plate. About 88, 89 miles per hour on the fastball. Again, we'll get the cutter in there, throw it inside to the right-handed hitters, throws it to both sides of the plate. Real good changeup. That's his off-speed pitch that he goes to a lot.
One ball and 2 strikes on Barney. Let's check out the weather. 75 degrees. Wind not much of a factor. Late swing by Barney, and Vargas strikes out the first batter of the game. I mentioned the ball will fly a little bit better here with the sun still shining. The sun will create some issues possibly here in the late afternoon. You're going to have some shadows here that'll creep over home plate in about a half hour or so. It's a weird start time.
It certainly is. Yeah, those might become issues for some of the hitters today as the game moves on. Those shadows coming in, but you ask most hitters, they'll trade that in to get to play in the ballpark that is a little bit more forgiving on the long ball.
Strike 1 on Cody Ransom, who homered on the very first pitch of his Cubs career back on April 23rd in Cincinnati. Infield pop-up. Howie Kendrick calls for it behind the mound. So 2 quick outs, and it'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. Interesting, Vargas was a teammate of last night's Angels starter, Jared Weaver, back in their college days at Long Beach State. Vargas from Apple Valley, California, which is about 90 minutes northeast of where we are right now. Matt Garza, a native of Fresno, about 4 hours north of Anaheim, which means it's about 15 miles. No, I'm kidding. That'll go 3-1 to end the inning. The Cubs go down quietly 1-2-3. It'll be Matt Garza against this Angels lineup when we come back.
Friday, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson are back.
Classic Alanis.
In the Movie Entertainment Weekly calls another winner from the guys who brought you Wedding Crashers.
This is tapioca.
It happens all the time. Some would say it's the point.
The Internship, rated PG-13.
Bonjour, je t'adore, c'est aujourd'hui et toujours, maman, how about me?
Here's to a life less routine. The more connected, athletic, seductive Lexus RX. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
This Friday.
Welcome to the Google Intern competition.
Let's do this. They'll bring the system to its knees.
I could sell prosciutto to a rabbi, and I have.
And the world to its feet.
It's like classic Alanis.
The Internship, rated PG-13.
See how the Angels line up offensively. Brought to you by Southwest. Ibar, Trout, and Pujols. Albert DHing today, as Todd mentioned. Trumbo at first, Josh Hamilton at right. Big night for Howie Kendrick, now hitting .307. Alberto Callaspo's at third. Chris Iannetta, the catcher, and the left fielder, J.B. Shuck.
For the Cubs on defense, Alfonso Soriano will be in left field. Sweeney playing center today, and Scott Hairston in right. Cody Ransom, Starlin Castro, Darwin Barney, Anthony Rizzo around the infield. Wellington Castillo is going to do the catching today for Matt Garza.
You get the numbers. Lexus pursuing perfection. Cubs starting pitcher, only 3 starts because he began the year on the disabled list. Like what he talked about after his last start. Felt like he really attacked better than in his first 2 outings. No walks in his 7 innings.
Yeah, and that's the key. His first 2 starts, which were actually shorter than his last. 7 walks, 3 walks in one, 4 in the other. Made a little trouble for himself a couple of times. Made a deliberate effort to be much more aggressive against the Diamondbacks, and you saw that in his attack.
He got the win, his first of the year, after a couple of no decisions, and he'll face switch hitting Eric Ibar to start it for the Angels. Two hits in the game last night for Ibar, a double, a single, and he scored twice. Scott Feldman got a tough no decision, left with the lead in game 1. 6+ innings, just 2 runs allowed.
Scott threw the ball very well last night.
And we are ready to go, and Ibar shows bunt and takes ball 1. That did not like the grip on that ball, so asked for a new one. Hasn't faced the Angels in a while. 2010, the last time. That's when he was with the Rays. 5th career start against them, and a high fly out toward Ryan Sweeney in center. 2 pitches, 1 out.
Well, a bit of a getaway day feel already. Not many pitches in this ball game. Hitters ready to swing the bats.
Now Mike Trout. Doesn't even turn 22 until August 7th.
Oh my, what a talent.
We were talking off the air before the game. You noticed how early he was out here yesterday. It's nice to be young and have all that energy as he swings at the first pitch. And that'll be the 2nd out.
Had some conversation with some of his teammates. In particular, Josh Hamilton was talking to him about Mike Trout, his approach to the big league life, his approach to handling the stardom, the success that he's had, the attention that he gets. And Len, as you noticed it, as I mentioned, out here yesterday doing, I believe, a commercial is what he was doing at 7 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And yeah, always figuring it out.
Yeah. Maturity. It comes later for some and way too early for others. It's not fair. Pujols smacks this one out into the gap. Sweeney will have to chase it down. All of a sudden Pujols heating up. And he is safe. He just got in. That was a lot closer than I thought it would be. He's got a couple of bad wheels. Pujols coming off right knee surgery and also has dealt with chronic left foot plantar fasciitis, and Ryan Sweeney almost threw him out.
Limping into second base. Pretty good throw just off the bag a little bit. Albert able to slide into the inside of the bag right there and beat it. Albert's the last 2 pitches he's seen from the Cubs have gone for extra bases, so again maybe he is starting to heat up.
Boy, it looks painful to watch him run. Well, we'll see if Garza can exploit the Angels' early aggressiveness. Pujols with that 2-out double. That's fouled back by Mark Trumbo, the first baseman. Garza's a really interesting guy to watch because there are days when, and we've seen it in the past, where he's been dominating and he's missed a lot of bats. There have been other days where the pitch count has built up very early because he's had trouble putting guys away. A lot of 2-strike fouls. A little dribbler this time. This is the type of inning you like to see, though, as the Angels go down, not in order. They strand Pujols at second. After 1, no score.
We're born explorers, always looking for new places to go and new things to see. New adventures. That's how we fly. Southwest Airlines now offers new nonstop service from Midway to Charlotte, Jacksonville, Rochester, and Wichita. Book now online only at southwest.com. We are Southwest. Welcome aboard.
Right now at Burger King, choose any 2 sandwiches for just $5. Whether you're craving a Whopper sandwich and an original chicken sandwich, an original chicken sandwich and a premium Alaskan fish sandwich, or a Whopper and another Whopper. Come in today and get any 2 for just $5. Only at Burger King, where taste is king.
For a limited time at Luna, buy 1 room, get your 2nd room free. Plus, get up to $500 off. At Luna, we work for you.
773-202 Luna.
Everyone is looking for it. That momentum. That spark. That juice. For their business, their lives, their dreams. Well, here it is. First Midwest Bank. We're growing. We're local. We've got momentum. Want some? First Midwest Bank. Bank with momentum.
Play catch in the outfield or relax in the dugouts of Wrigley Field during Catch in the Confines, presented by Advocate Healthcare on Sunday, June 16th. For $150 each, a limited number of tickets are available and include a t-shirt, photograph, baseball, and lunch. Guest tickets are also available for $15 each. All proceeds benefit Chicago Cubs charities. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit cubs.com/community.
Well, it was a 14-pitch first inning. That's combined 8 for Vargas, 6 for Garza, and 12 of those 16 pitches were strikes, or 12 of the 14 rather. Can't even do the math. Here's Soriano, and he swings away and sends it to deep right. Hamilton back at the wall. It's going to be over his head. Actually caromed off the wall and then hit him, and that's a leadoff double. I don't know if Hamilton didn't get a good look at it or not.
Yeah, he bailed on it as though the sun was in his eyes right there, and wasn't able to pick up the baseball. Fortunately for the Cubs, it wasn't long enough. Sori gets the double. A lot of early swinging, Len.
190th extra base hit for the Cubs, who lead the National League in that category. So a couple of shots here to knock him in. 3, in fact. Scott Hairston, the batter, and a called strike. He hit his 100th career home run off Patrick Corbin, a left-hander, on Sunday. Low average. He has 12 hits on the year. 5 have gone for home runs. Fouled back.
I think you're going to see a lot of that today from Jason Vargas. We talked about how the conditions can be different at night than they are during day games here, where the ball flies much better during the day game. Jason Vargas, at times in his career, has been prone to the long ball. 35 home runs he gave up last year. Knows this Cubs offense. They've got some power in that lineup. I bet he hangs out on that outside corner most of the afternoon.
2 strikes on Hairston. Here's a pitch. And he struck him out. A little foul tip. That was a very late pass of the ball by Hairston, and that's a second punch out for Vargas.
Some uncertainty on that swing from Scott Hairston right there.
Todd, does this tell you that he might have been looking changeup? Well, it was.
He was.
Yeah,
absolutely.
81.
Trying to stay inside the baseball right there. You see him leading with the hands, regardless. Still an unproductive out. Alfonso Soriano at second base.
Now the catcher, Wellington Castillo. Off the end of the bat, and he cues it to Kendrick. Soriano advances to third, but 2 meek outs since that leadoff double.
Well, that's the out right there that you can live with when there's nobody out. Runner on second base. Importance of getting that guy over, playing for the lead early in a ball game, something the Cubs need to do a better job of.
So here's Castro, second consecutive start in the 7th spot, the 19th of his career. He's hit mostly in the top 3 spots in his career. He's scuffling 2 for his last 24. Vargas will stay from the stretch with that runner at third, and it's low for ball 1.
I believe you'll start to see Starlin find his swing again when he gets back on the fastball. He's really expanded his strike zone an awful lot here over the last 30 games or so, to the point where he's behind a lot of fastballs that he hits very well most of the time.
A kick and the 1-0. Breaking ball missed low. 2 balls, no strikes. So the count you want as a hitter. With a scuffling hitter right now, we'll see how aggressive he is.
Well, he has to maintain his discipline here, Len. Jason Vargas started him off with 2 curveballs. That's a pretty loud message.
Fastball that time was outside. Good take, 3-0.
Part of Starlin's road back to success again is kind of the at bat he's having right now. A week ago, you would have watched him swing at 1 or 2 of those first pitch curveballs. He takes him. Now he's in a 3-0 count.
And ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Looked like once Vargas got down 2-0, he was not going to give in. He'll go after Navarro instead. DeHonor with a 3-home run game last week against the White Sox.
That's the one for the scrapbook.
First and third, 2 outs. And 5 straight bad ones, and that'll bring Chris Iannetta to the mound.
You wonder if some of that early swinging by the Cubs has put Vargas in this position. Afraid of that first pitch. A lot of early swinging from the Cubs and some loud contact as well.
Lefty on a 1-0 in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. You had a 3-homer game, and it was against Bob Brenly's Arizona Diamondbacks.
I don't remind Bob
and
of
it
that.
was 3 different pitchers. Kurt Schilling, Greg Swindell, and Matt Manti.
Well,
and the last one was a walk-off.
It was.
Bottom of the 10th. That is going to land foul, out of play. So what do you have? Do you have souvenirs from that performance?
I do. I have one of the balls.
Card?
I was at home. I was a Rocky. It was at Coors Field. I like to. I kind of look at it. My wife and I, Marcy, we talk about it. Occasionally it comes up. It was very special. It happened on Easter Sunday, which
even better.
Which back in 2001 meant an awful lot to us. Kind of summed me up a little bit. I struck out my first 2 at bats of the ball game.
Perfect. It ended well, though.
It did.
Now, your first homer that day was in the 6th inning as Navarro couldn't get the changeup 2-2. Well, that's instructive. Well, you have a tough start to a day. Paul Goldschmidt the other night struck out in his first 3 at bats against Jeff Samardzija and later hit the game-winning grand slam.
Well, I said to my teammate Greg Norton at the time that I felt pretty good that afternoon, and I was fouling off a lot of pitches. Couldn't seem to put the big one in play, and interestingly enough, that first homer was on a 3-0 pitch from Kurt Schilling. I figured if I was going to get a strike, now is the time, and I did. It touched off my most memorable offensive day.
Cubs threatening here with 2 outs. Vargas will check on Castro. Another big lead by Starlin. Soriano led off the inning with a double. Castro walked with 2 outs. And here it is. Swing and a miss. Change up to end the inning. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Vargas. The Cubs strand 2, and we're still scoreless early.
It's the apocalypse.
We have cat food and we have a Milky Way bar.
Can I have that Milky Way? That's my Milky Way.
I want some of the Milky Way. I'd be bummed if I don't get a bite of the Milky Way.
I kind of need the Milky Way. What? I have low blood sugar, and if my endorphins drop too low, I'm going to be a nightmare to be around.
It's Jonah!
Jonah Hill.
Yes. That's not good.
The power of Christ compels you.
Does it, Jay?
The power of Christ compels you.
The power of Christ compelling me? Guess what? It's not that compelling. This is the end. Rated R.
Save big money during Menards' 11% sale.
Receive an 11% rebate on all your purchases all this week.
Low-maintenance rustic reversible Ultra Deck comes in 3 colors, $142 a linear foot after 11% rebate. All pressure-treated pre-assembled fence panels are on sale, starting at $17.79 after 11% rebate for a 4x8-foot dog-eared panel.
Hurry in now and save big money.
With an 11% rebate on everything in the store.
Save big money at Menards.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch. Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Fans, come watch the Cubs take on the Pirates this Sunday, June 9th at Wrigley Field. Game time is 1:20. Make sure to bring the kids. The first 5,000 children, 13 and younger, will receive color-changing sports bottle presented by Cubs Summer Camps. Then, at the conclusion of the game, the first 1,000 children, 13 and younger, will have the opportunity to run the bases. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Good to see Cub fans here in Anaheim. Late afternoon, early evening of Cubs baseball. Matt Garza with a quick 1-2-3 first on just 6 pitches, and he'll face Josh Hamilton here in the second. Hamilton 1 for 4 in the opener with a double and a run. Just has not yet been able to get it going with his new team.
Had a brief conversation with Josh earlier this afternoon, kind of about this, what he's gone through with the Angels, and really the hardest part about it is looking up at the scoreboard and seeing the byproduct of the struggles here in the first 2 months of the season. It hasn't been Mike Scioscia, it hasn't been the fans, it hasn't been the crowd. It's, you know, just the reminder that the first couple months haven't gone as planned.
Garza's 1-0. Popped foul out of play. Got a 5-year deal worth $125 million to come over from the Texas Rangers.
A lot of expectations coming with that contract.
Rangers not too fond of the Angels. They stole C.J. Wilson away the year before that. That was a hanging curveball, and Hamilton deposits it into right. And he's going to try for 2, and he's going to get in. Head first, didn't need to. That's a leadoff double.
Josh Hamilton can get a hanging curveball out over the plate, rips it into right field. He gets that double out of the box. You see it hustling all the way. Talk about it thinking 2 out of the box. Josh does just that. Gets into second base with no problem.
You see the tumbling action, but it didn't tumble enough for Garza. And it'll bring up Howie Kendrick, whose average went up 10 points with a 3 for 3 in game 1. And he hits a first pitch to very deep right center. Gone, a home run. Just over the 18-foot wall, and it's 2-0.
Impressive display of power from Howie Kendrick. Clearly the ball flying a little bit better during the day, going the opposite way. Stays inside the fastball right there, drives it out to right center. Gets it up over the wall for the 2-run homer.
Our Ford home run replay. Second homer allowed by Garza this season. This is his 4th start. And a strike on Alberto Callaspo.
Well, in this day and age of advanced scouting and reports, Len, you wonder if the Angels got a bit of that memo about his aggressiveness.
Barney's got to hurry, and he does. Now they have come out really swinging the bat early in the count, and it worked out in Garza's favor in the first, not so much here in the second.
First pitch to Pujols, double. First pitch to Kendrick, homer.
Now maybe their most patient hitter, Chris Iannetta. 33 walks, tied for second in the American League. And as I say that, he swings and misses.
Expect nothing less. Interesting comparison between these 2 innings. The Angels and the Cubs. Alfonso Soriano leads off the top of the second with the double. The Cubs aren't able to get him into scoring position. Cubs don't score. Howard Kendrick right there was going to drive the ball the other way. He got the reward, which is the 2-run homer, but it's the thought that matters, and what you see is him staying inside the baseball and going the other way, and that's what this Cubs team has got to do a better job of here in the future. And you see that right here. This is Howie Kendrick's swing. That's deliberate. That's premeditated. That's, I'm going to stay inside the baseball. My worst case scenario is hitting a ground ball to the right side and getting our runner at second base over to third. The best part about it for Howie is that he gets the reward. He's rewarded for the thought by driving it out. He gets a pitch he can handle. And you see it right there, the fastball up at the top of the zone right there. Bottom line, he was going to do his job in this situation, was get Josh Hamilton to third base.
Meantime, 2-2 on Iannetta. Here it is, and he got him on an awkward swing. Good slider from Garza.
It's going to be a big pitch for Matt as this game goes on. Already starting to see the shadows creep out from behind the stadium. You see that awkward swing right there on the big curveball. Iannetta not picking it up out of his hand.
J.B. Shuck, the left fielder. Their center fielder, Peter Borges, will probably be back in their lineup fairly soon, maybe early next week. That is deep. If it's fair, it's gone. It is. J.B. Shuck with a home run. That's 2 homers this inning. Matt Garza's claiming it's foul, and I believe the umpires will look at a replay just to make sure. The call was made by Jeff Nelson at first, and they'll get together and I'm sure look at a replay that we'll get a look at.
And J.B. Shuck puts a nice swing on a fastball inside. Hard to keep that baseball fair.
Well, I can't tell on that look. The question is it to the right or to the left? That looks foul. That looks like a foul ball. Well, they will look at it.
Too tough for these eyes to call. Just trying to find the baseball crossing the foul pole in order for it to be fair from our perspective.
I think it's foul. Now, it was originally called a home run, so it has to be conclusive as they review it.
Don't take that helmet off just yet. Well, you know what? I'll applaud Matty's enthusiasm about the call. Matt's reaction, I think, brought everybody's attention to this.
So we blew up the video. Yeah, it's foul. Yeah, you can see it disappear to the right behind the pole. Yeah.
Yep. Foul ball.
So it would have been Shuck's second career home run, but instead it'll be a near miss and a long foul strike. Assuming they get it right, which they should.
Roll the dice. Attaboy, Matty. That's what you got to do sometimes. Plead your case.
Garza taking the opportunity to take some warm-up tosses while we wait. Foul ball.
There you go.
So Jim Joyce, the crew chief, making the call. Jack Burdett Shuck III will continue the at-bat. 0-2.
That's got to be an awkward feeling for a hitter. Again, we talk about adrenaline rush, momentum in your at-bat. I mean, it's different than anything else you do in life. I really don't even do it. I'm probably not doing a good enough job describing it, but your adrenaline is running. You're locked into the at-bat. You're trying to hit 94, 95 miles an hour. You turn it off when the at-bat's over.
Slider in the dirt. 1-2.
Thinks he has the home run, runs around the bases, gets back to the dugout, takes his helmet off, grabs some Gatorade, kind of tempers it down a little bit. Then you find yourself back in the box with a 1-2 count, 1-2 pitch coming.
Long look by Garza. See Castillo setting up shop off the outside corner. He hit a spot, could not get Shuck to offer at it. 2-2. So as I was saying before, Peter Borges has a sprained left hamstring and should be back early next week. When that happens, Mike Trout will go back to left with Borges taking over in center. 2-2. On the ground, sharply hit, but Castro fields, throws, and gets him. Angels settle for 2. Thought they had 3, but the home run overturned via replay. 2-0 LA.
When the AC goes out in a heat wave, it's Nucio Heating and Air Conditioning that comes to the rescue. AT&T helped Nucio put a complete mobile solution to work. Mobile routing to send the closest technician, and mobile payments to invoice on the spot. Where do you want to take your business? Call us. We can show you how AT&T Solutions can help you do what you do even better.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced, or descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
You know, I still can't get that one house out of my mind.
Yeah, but what about the modern one?
The My New Home app from Chase keeps your entire home buying experience at your fingertips.
We did both like the Colonial.
Carry and compare pictures of your favorite houses, calculate monthly payments with a competitive rate, and contact your Chase mortgage banker at any time for help along the way. The My New Home app from Chase, so you can.
Hey, buddy.
His name is Frank.
Call animal control. Google, call window repair.
Calling.
How to unglue super glue.
Dishwasher's broke.
Google, I need a wet vac.
I'll never fall in love again.
How many boys are there in the world?
Being the guy who fixes it all.
I like your odds.
That's powerful.
That's a lot.
Verizon. Get a Droid Razr M by Motorola in blue for free.
Get more cash back when you earn up to 5% back on purchases in categories you choose with the U.S. Bank Cash plus Visa Signature Card. Apply today at any U.S. Bank branch. By the way, I was wrong. That would have been Shuck's first career home run on MLB.com. They'd already given him a homer, so they had one career homer listed. Then they had to take it back after review on video overturned it. So third inning now, and Ryan Sweeney takes ball one.
Ryan's got that batting average up to 351.
Done a nice job in limited duty.
Gives you a good at bat, sprays the ball around the field.
Able to hold up off the inside corner. It's 2-1. Off the outside corner that time. That ball struck very well. Deep center. Diving attempt. Trout can't catch it. Sweeney around second, on his way to third. He'll get in with a triple. Well, when Mike Trout gets a glove on it, he usually catches it. That time he did not. And the Cubs are in business.
A nice piece of hitting by Sweeney. Oh, I think there's one false step right there by Mike that might have cost him. It's back and not over. He gets so close, ball hits off his glove and actually ends up with the ball while he's on the ground, helping Sweeney get into third base. Yeah, right there off the end of the glove. Nice swing.
We'll see if Darwin Barney can get him home after the leadoff three-base hit. 2 hits for the Cubs, both extra base knocks. Fouled back. Barney in the leadoff spot.
I'd really like to see the Cubs get something going here. Good opportunity, runner on third, less than 1 out. But you can see again the shadows starting to creep in over home plate. Going to be very hard to see the baseball. Hitters are going to struggle picking the ball up. Vargas as well. He's got a very good turn, very deliberate turn in his motion, which hides the ball from the hitter.
Vargas has been a Marlin, a Met, a Mariner, and now an Angel. On the ground, that'll get the run in. Picked up by Ibar, and he gets Barney. Sweeney scores, and it's 2-1. 9th RBI for Darwin Barney.
Well, infield back up the middle. Darwin putting the ball in play, picking up the RBI.
Vargas not only pitched at Long Beach State, but he was a DH as well, so he could handle the bat. He was their number 2 starter behind his current teammate Jared Weaver. Played first base and pitched at LSU before going to Cypress Junior College and then Long Beach State. So a circuitous route collegiately to get ultimately to the big leagues. 2nd round pick in 04 of the Florida Marlins.
Jason's had a very nice career. Going to be a free agent after this year.
Swing and a miss on a change. 2 strikes on Ransom.
He was able to maintain what he's done, what he did in the month of May. He's going to be looking at a nice contract.
Rolled foul up along first. Kind of a typically late arriving crowd here in Southern California. You can certainly understand it today with a 4:05 local start. A lot more people in the building than there were when we started the game. 32,000 plus last night.
Starting to fill in. See Jason Vargas really working away from the right-handed hitters. I think the start time is a big part of it. We've seen already some of these balls that probably would have been caught last night, doubles and triples, factor into the scoring. Jason pitching to one side of the plate right now, pretty much staying away from all the right-handed hitters.
A lot of changeups here in this at bat. Ransom hanging in there, 1-2.
Let's take a look at pitch tracks. You see it right there. 5 pitches all on the outside corner, changing speeds, going with the fastball and the changeup, which is part of his game plan. Occasionally he'll show you a bit of a cutter. Haven't seen too much of that today, and I think because of the day game, the fear of getting touched up, he's just living outside.
That one smacked into the left field corner, and another extra base hit. A double for Ransom.
Nice swing right there by Cody. That pitch up out over the plate, a mistake if you will. Hammers it down the left field line, gets into second base real simple. But again, talking about pitching to one corner of the plate, hitter doesn't change his sights. He's going to start looking out there. Cody does a nice adjustment, gets a pitch he can handle out over the plate and drives it to left.
Rizzo the ground ball right to Trumbo. Ransom advances to third, 2 outs. Make sure you send us your comments on today's game through Twitter using hashtag Cubs Talk, and we'll read one back later on in the game. Our AT&T tweet.
Going to be real interesting to see how Jason Vargas decides to approach Alfonso Soriano. Nice at bat first time up. Fastball away, drove it away for a double.
That's a strike on the inside corner. The 0-1 changeup swung on and missed. News today here in Anaheim, the Angels had been going with a 6-man rotation, but that's ending as former Cub Jerome Williams has been told he's going to the bullpen, even though he had a 3.08 ERA as a starter. So Weaver and Wilson at the top of the rotation, returning from last year, but 3 other veterans went elsewhere. Greinke, Heron, and Santana, and replaced by Vargas, Hansen, and Blanton, and along with Jerome Williams. Fly ball, easy play for Hamilton. And the inning comes to an end. The Cubs do get on the board. The leadoff triple by Sweeney. Barney knocks him in. It's 2-1 Angels.
The hot and spicy McChicken. Revving up the dollar menu with a blend of savory spices. Get hold of crispy tender satisfaction or grab a familiar favorite, all for just $1 each. Hot and spicy. Can you handle more to love for less?
So who's more refreshing? The world's most refreshing can or Ice Cube?
Make this quick, I'm claustrophobic.
They both have a 2-stage cold activation and a frost brew liner. But how do they vent?
How much more of this can I gotta take, man? I'm done with this.
Impressive. A single vent. Amazing. The double vent for a smoother, more refreshing flow. Ice Cube is cold, but Coors Light is the ultimate in cold refreshment.
Let me up out of here. Crack
to dough. The world's most refreshing can only from Coors Light.
If you want the best of baseball all season long, Xfinity from Comcast gives you the best seat in the house. With MLB Network, you get live games 4 nights a week, plus 24/7 insider coverage and live look-ins every night. This is MLB Network on Xfinity. This is awesome. Sign up for the Xfinity HD Preferred XF Triple Play with MLB Network or ask about other bundles starting at only $99 a month for 12 months. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Vegas, Vegas, nothing's gonna stop us till we get to Vegas. Yeah.
Your order's ready at the next window.
Thank you.
Next stop, refreshment with delicious 49-cent cones at McDonald's for a limited time only.
Saturday, it's a division showdown at the friendly confines as the Cubs look to torpedo the Pirates at Wrigley. Coverage begins at 2:30 with Papa John's pregame live. Don't miss Cubs Pirates Saturday at 2:30 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Gather your friends and family and make Wrigley Field part of your summer plans. Tickets are available throughout the season, including this weekend's matchups for the Pittsburgh Pirates, followed by the Cincinnati Reds. To purchase your tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Great to see Neil Blau in the middle. His 53rd birthday. Big Cub fan. Here cheering on his team. 2-1 Angels on a home run from Howie Kendrick. Top of the order here in the 3rd inning, starting with Eric Ibar. Curveball misses inside and low for a ball. Oh, another off day tomorrow. It's been a while. Monday was the last one. An odd scheduling quirk has the Cubs idle for 2 days this week.
Len, nobody's going to complain about that until this stretch of about 32 games or so in a row where there's no off day.
I think most teams would prefer off days in August and even in September, although then you've got expanded rosters at least. Pitch high in the air out into deep right center. Sweeney will get to the spot. Nicely done on the warning track to make the catch. You played all 3 spots in your career. Sweeney can play all 3. DeJesus, Sherholtz, Borbone, really just about all the Cubs outfielders can play all 3. What was the toughest for you?
Probably left. It's the top spin. You get so many right-handed hitters that hit that ball with it curves towards the line. You've got the line drive off the bat. It's really the toughest to read. Now, center field, you have more ground to cover, but that's athleticism. That's ability in reading the ball. Like that jump right there you saw from Sween, he got a good read on it, so much so he could turn his head away off the ball. He wasn't even looking at it, able to get himself in position to make the catch. But when you play the corners, and left field probably getting much more activity than right, it's a little bit tougher.
Called strike on Mike Trout.
Being handcuffed a few times by Andres Galarraga.
Oh, I can imagine.
The big cat made his presence felt. Some rockets at me that were hooking towards that line quickly.
Fastball misses outside. Good velocity at 95 from Garza. Chris Davis having a career year. More than half of those extra base hits have been home runs for Davis.
Wow, has he been impressive for the Orioles this year. I think what's been most impressive about Chris is that, like Miguel Cabrera, hitting for a very high average.
.20 home runs, slugging .744 and hitting .355.
I think .744 is my career OPS.
Soft liner right to Rizzo. Two down. Here's Pujols, who doubled in the 1st inning.
See if if Matty throws him something off speed for a first pitch here. Albert, last 2 pitches he's seen have gone for a 2-run homer and a double. And there you go. The old equalizer on the first pitch.
The wind in the 0-1. Found back our way on a fastball. Lots of starting pitcher news around baseball. Jake Peavy's going to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks. He's got a non-displaced fracture of a rib on the left side of his chest. Was examined in Seattle. He had to leave his start last night. That's a big blow for a struggling White Sox team. The Reds have put Johnny Cueto back on the disabled list. He has a sore muscle in the back of his right shoulder. So this will be the second time their ace will have gone on the shelf. Broken bat, fly ball to left. Soriano in a couple of steps. Now backpedals and ends the inning. First 1-2-3 for Matt Garza. Trailing 2-1.
This Wendy's salad does taste like summer.
It's like watching sunsets at 9 o'clock.
It's like lying in a hammock.
It's like...
Your Wendy's salad.
Thank you, Andre. It's divine. Andre? Who's Andre? Busted. Yep.
Grab a taste of summer with Wendy's Berry Almond Chicken Salad. It's back with fresh strawberries and blueberries and warm grilled chicken.
Does Andre like strawberries? Now that's better.
And now kids' meals just $1.99 after 4.
For a limited time at Luna, buy 1 room, get your second room free. Plus, get up to $500 off. At Luna, we work for you.
773-202 Luna.
Klondike's 5 seconds to glory. Paul versus the dreaded death circle.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
What's something that's slow that you wish was fast?
Turtle.
Really? A turtle?
Yeah.
And what about you?
I would rather be a slow turtle.
Well,
I know why. Because when you're slower, you won't have to get in the street as fast and get ran over.
But if you're a slow turtle and you're in the middle of the street, what happens? Austin? Exactly.
It's not complicated. Faster is better. And AT&T is the nation's fastest 4G LTE network.
Tomorrow, the White Sox and A's meet again, and this time it's on the Sox home turf. Watch as Dylan Axelrod and the boys look to shut down Coco Crisp and the A's on the south side. White Sox A's tomorrow night at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet.
This 4th inning is brought to you by the new Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell. Live Moss. Make sure you catch the latest edition of the documentary, a web series that follows the road to Wrigley. Don't miss the Foundation Kane County Cougars. In the latest episode, get to know Cubs top prospect Albert Almora and see his unbelievable return from injury in his home debut. Watch The Foundation. The new episode is online now only on CSNChicago.com. First pitch, breaking ball, strike on Scott Hairston. 2-1 Angels. Four-game home and home season series. We will see the Angels at Wrigley Field July 9th and 10th. So your chance to see Mike Trout in person coming up next month. There's a 1-1 fouled back.
Cubs have had a pretty good look at Jason Vargas now, living on the outside corner. Certainly expect these hitters to make some adjustments, maybe start thinking the other way a little bit more.
Oh, I don't know. Looked a little low. Let's
close pitch. Tough call.
Well, pitch tracks didn't hate it.
Too close to take, though. That's really what it comes down to on an 0-2 pitch right there. You've got to expand your strike zone a little bit and look to put the ball in play.
Castillo grounded out his first time up. Takes ball one just outside. That went in there.
Wellington doing a much better job over the last couple weeks, working on seeing some pitches, understanding the pace and the tempo to his at bat.
Served into right, the base hit.
Yeah. There you go. What you're looking for right now from Wellington Castillo from some of these Cubs. Jason Vargas is living on the outside corner. They are going to have to start looking the other way. Wellington, nice piece of hitting right there. Stays on that pitch. Doesn't crush it. Just a nice line drive to right field. Gets a great result, a base hit.
Off the plate outside. So Castro's seen 5 pitches in this game. He has not offered at any of them, and they've all been balls.
Yeah, that's what Jason Vargas is trying to do to him. He's trying to get him to expand his strike zone and preying on his impatience at times.
Ground ball to short. 1-2. Inning over. 6-4-3 double play. Midway in the 4th, still 2-1 Angels.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by the new Chicken Fajita Sub, only at Quiznos.
Put more into your summer with a 2013 GMC Sierra. And now get a Sierra with more standard features like StabiliTrak and Eaton rear locking differential. More confidence with America's best pickup coverage, including 2 years of scheduled maintenance. And more value with up to $6,000 on this Sierra PowerTech when you use your package discount. Or current GMC owners trade up for a total value of $8,500. The only thing there won't be more of are 2013 GMC Sierras. Once they're gone, they're gone.
No one knows why it happened. After 23 years of tossing his socks on the floor, Jason Donahue had a realization that the hamper in his room was mere inches from the spot where he usually tossed his socks. So rather than leaving them on the floor again, Jason traveled the extra distance and dropped them in the hamper, proving one thing to his wife, Brenda. Anything is possible. Like with a new 4th of July millionaire raffle, a $500,000 winner each week and $2 million winners on the 4th.
MLB.com at bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At bat delivers Cubs baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Cubs.com for details. Matt Garza concludes his warm-up pitches.
Mark Trumbo will lead it off. It's funny. The facilities here in the press box kind of at the other end. So you try to sprint down there and then try to get back before the inning starts. But I happen to run into Mark Langston, former big league pitcher, now one of the Angels radio broadcasters. We were talking about Wrigley Field. He was saying, I can't wait to be there in July. Hasn't been there in about 20 years or so. And then I realized, oh, I'm on the air. We'll continue this convo later.
Sure.
Curveball misses outside on Trumbo.
I don't blame you for stopping for Mark Langston.
Yeah, you got to do that.
That's right. Just glad you came back.
There he is. He and Terry Smith do a great job. They got a lot of wires going in that booth. What in the world's going on? What would we do without wires in this business? Cables, outlets, power strips.
Screaming at the top of our lungs.
Here it is, right down Main Street 95. 2-1.
Talk about the adjustment Matt Garza has made even in the his short season so far. That's the aggressiveness he's talking about right there. 2-0, 2-1 fastballs to Mark Trumbo, the big thump in the middle of their lineup.
So more starting pitcher injury news. Steven Strasburg goes to the DL. He's got a muscle strain in his back. Does not sound too serious. There's a leadoff walk. First walk issued by Matt Garza. Hey, get real-time info, including pitcher gas gauge stats, tweets with Cubs in-game live only at CSNChicago.com. It's brought to you by Comcast Business Class.
Well, Len, for Steven Strasburg, hopefully it's only a bump on the road. He's really starting to open up eyes, being the ace of that national staff.
They you'd have to say they've been one of the disappointments early on. Now they're at 500, at least going into today at 500. But I think a lot of people expected more when the season started. Still early.
That's a lot of the issues that the Nationals are dealing with. But for Steven Strasburg, controversial shutdown last year towards the end in the playoff run without him. A lot made out early this year about him not going 8 innings, and is he really the staff ace? He's done a pretty nice job answering a lot of those questions here lately.
Foul pop. Ransom quickly running out of room. No play. Pirate lefty Wandy Rodriguez had to leave in the first inning today with left forearm tightness. That particular game was a must-watch. Julio Teheran took a no-hitter into the 8th in that game. Braves won it 5-0. And the Braves sweep the series. Combined 1-hit shutout. One and 2 to Hamilton.
These Pittsburgh Pirates up next for the Cubs. Hopefully have a sour taste in their mouth.
And we'll go into that series 35-25 in third place in the Central.
Wow. Says a lot about the Central.
It's top heavy.
Yes,
no doubt. Hamilton with a double play ball to Barney. Can't turn it. Little issue Barney had getting the ball out of his glove, and probably the biggest issue was not only the hustle of Hamilton, but the fact he didn't hit it that hard.
In between hop, 2-3 hopper. Darwin right there takes an extra split second to get it to Starlin. Gets it out of his glove pretty quickly, but Josh Hamilton hustling all the way, able to just beat the throw.
That brings up Kendrick, who batted with Hamilton on in the second inning, and he hit a 2-run homer.
We've watched Howie all series long stay inside the baseball. Cubs pitchers have attacked him on the outside part of the plate, middle away, and he's done so much damage in this series already.
Barney just basically picking up where he left off last year. And he made, I believe, just 2 errors all season.
No surprise there. A person in the game that works harder on his defense than Darwin Barney.
That's going to get into right. Hamilton had to avoid the ball, and now he's on his way to third. So Howie Kendrick is perfect in this series. He's 5 out of 5.
Well, the
Can't
Cubs
get him out.
Well, the Cubs have failed to make an adjustment, Len. I mean, we've watched all series long. I know this short 2-game series, but Howie is staying inside the baseball. Even the pitch up a little bit at 94, 95 miles an hour. He's got a huge hold of the right side that he's trying to shoot right there, and he does it just again. To find a different way to attack him, but he's been setting the table for the Angels all series long.
So they're at the corners for Callaspo. Native of Maracay, Venezuela. Signed originally by the Angels in 01, but has been with the Diamondbacks and Royals, and now back with his original team. Another throw to first.
Angels manager Mike Soshin, talking to him this morning, stressed the importance of these situations right here. Area of their game they've struggled with as well. We've had the conversation with the Cubs and runners in scoring position. They have done a better job lately. Angels looking to do that too. Had a closed door meeting a couple nights ago after that Houston series.
That's a strike. And they got swept in those 4 games after winning 10 of 12. Had the late comeback last night, 4-3 over the Cubs. And after this one, they'll head off to Boston for the weekend. The 0-1. That missed. Very interesting rivalry the Red Sox and Angels have had. There was a stretch in which the Red Sox seemed to knock the Angels out of the playoffs every year. They won 17 of 19 at one point, but the Angels now won their last 8 in a row versus Boston.
And they need to maintain that. They're to the point of the season where this is getting away. A team that's playing with expectations, has visions of the playoffs. They need to make a run.
10 games out in the West going into action today.
Matt really slowing the pace down right here. Runners on first and third. 1 out.
As a sign from his catcher. And the 2-1 is low. 3 balls and a strike. Rangers and the A's once again. Cubs beat the Rangers 2 of 3 earlier this season. Will be in Oakland coming up in about a month.
Part of the problem for the Angels is that everybody else in this division has handled their business against the Astros, if you will, and that's not a knock on the Astros. It's the facts. They don't have nearly the talent that other teams have. Bo Porter's got those guys playing hard, but talent-wise, teams in this division have more of it.
How about Oakland 9-0 against the Astros? The Angels are 3-7,
and that tells a big part of the story.
Yep. Texas is 5-1. Big pitch, 3-2. He needed that one. Would have been bases loaded if he had missed.
See if Mike Scioscia puts Howie Kendrick in motion here.
He is running. And the pitch is popped up. Out into shallow left center goes Castro to make the grab. 2 outs.
Big out right there for Matt Garza. Talk about having a little bit more on your fastball, Len. That pitch right there, able to beat Callaspo. Keep that ball relatively close to the infield in a position where the sac fly is not happening. You think top of the zone, easy pitch to drive to the outfield to get that sacrifice fly, but when you can get it up there at 94, 95 miles an hour and you can beat the hitter, you get the pop-up.
So it's Iannetta with 2 outs. Pops him in at 94, 0-1.
Close pitch. Just off that inside corner right there. Good velocity for Matt, staying aggressive.
Slider in the dirt, good block by Castillo. It's 2-1. The White Sox and Mariners played 13 scoreless innings today before the White Sox struck for 5 in the top of the 14th. So it's 5-0 White Sox. White Sox trying to finish off a combined 14-hit shutout. And it would end their 8-game losing streak.
That's the big news right there, that 8-game losing streak. You put that together with the PV news, and this team's reeling a little bit. Hopefully the White Sox can hold on and get that win.
It's not over yet.
Well, that's right.
The Mariners have them loaded with 1 out, but we'll keep you posted. Here it's 2-1 Angels. And Garza's pitch off the outside, 3-1. Shuck, who thought he had hit his first career home run, only to have it overturned by replays on deck.
Matt Garza flirting with danger again. Well, that foul ball right there is going to put Howie Kendrick in motion from first. Talk about pressure pitches for a pitcher in an inning. Matt's had about 3 of them already. You're going to see one right here coming.
Up the middle, base hit. Hamilton in, Kendrick to third, and it's 3-1.
Angels have done a nice job this inning getting that pitch count up against Matt Garza, and that's just it. The more pitches you throw, the more prone you are to make mistakes out over the plate. And you see right here, Chris Iannetta breaks his bat on this one. It gets just enough of it up the middle for the RBI single. Kendrick around second to third, and the beat moves on.
Fastball high. If you missed it earlier in the second inning, J.B. Shuck hit what originally was called a home run. It would have been the first of his major league career, but after the umpires went into the video room, they realized the ball was foul, and Shuck eventually grounded out.
The tempo of the at-bats has really changed in this game. Early on, a lot of early swinging. First and second pitch fastballs from both Vargas and Garza. A lot of early contact. A lot of pitches this inning from Matt Garza. A lot of pressure pitches from Matt Garza.
Shuck looking all the way 2-1. Garza laboring to get out of this fourth inning.
Needs to minimize the damage right here. Keep it at a 3-1 score.
Cannot. Opposite field base hit. Kendrick is in. 4-1. Back-to-back 2-out RBI singles, and the Angels now lead by 3.
Well, Matt falling behind an awful lot of hitters. Falls behind 2-0 on this one. The 2-1 pitch right there. Fastball up out over the plate. J.B. Shuck stays on it. Drives it down the left field line for an RBI single.
And that'll bring out the pitching coach, Chris Bosio. Eric Ibar due up for the Angels. Leadoff walk set the tone this inning. Just having trouble putting guys away here in the fourth.
Well, even the approach. He's been in some hitters counts where early in the ballgame, Angels were swinging. He's had a couple 2-0 counts, a 3-1 count where Angel hitters have actually taken that pitch, forced him to throw another strike. And that's, I think that's part of what Matt's frustration has been, is that they have not come out this inning swinging early, being very aggressive. They're forcing him over the plate and making him throw a lot of pitches at the same time.
Iannetta at second, Shuck at first, both with RBI hits this inning. Well, the first got him. Second pickoff of the series for Wellington Castillo. He nailed Iannetta last night, and he gets J.B. Shuck here today. That will end the Angels' fourth. They do add to their lead, however. It's now 4-1.
were born explorers, always looking for new places to go and new things to see. New adventures. That's how we fly. Southwest Airlines now offers new nonstop service from Midway to Charlotte, Jacksonville, Rochester, and Wichita. Book now online only at southwest.com. We are Southwest. Welcome aboard.
Let's compare sports on Dish and DirecTV. DirecTV has every football game every Sunday. Plus, MLB Extra Innings, Yes Network, MSG, SNY, Sportsnet, Goal TV, and interactive mix channels with bonus coverage of all of the golf and tennis majors. And Dish has none of these. The most sports programming. Another reason 30 million people agree. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
Oh, she's gonna love this. Ow! Ow!
Next time, try this, the Champagne Lodge. With our private pool and whirlpool suites, on-site spa, and special occasion packages, you can be sure to give a gift that will create great memories.
Nice work.
Anytime.
White Sox A's tomorrow night at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Wellington Castillo. Great pickoff of J.B. Shuck at first base. What you see here is Anthony Rizzo's going to break. This is a design play by the Cubs. It's called. Anthony breaks for the bag. Wellington snap throw to first. Gets Shuck sleeping. Second time this series able to pull that off. Cubs work on this all the time. You get to see it right there. Work again. Huge out right there for the Cubs. Pick Matt Garza up.
Time now for a Cubs insider, Patrick Mooney, brought to you by Nationwide Insurance Agent Jeff Vukovich. Visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. You're going to be up all night tomorrow night with the draft coming up.
Yeah, as they say, it's their Super Bowl. You know, it's their biggest day of the year.
That'll be an off day for the Cubs, but certainly not for the Cubs brass, as we are underway here in the fifth inning, and Deandre Navarro almost got hit by that pitch.
Do you sense a direction from the Cubs, where they want to go? Pitcher, player, name, idea?
Well, I'm sure they got this game probably on in the background, and they're discussing stuff like that now, and I think that is the biggest debate, you know, as you know, Holly, of just how risky it is to take a pitcher up high. And if you look at the track record of the draft, position players do pretty well, and if that's Chris Bryant can be a middle-of-the-order type guy here for years to come, then maybe they'll think that, and depends on what the Astros do, of course.
There's a ball rolled into left, and a leadoff single for Deandre Navarro. And it'll bring up Ryan Sweeney, who tripled and scored in the third. Well, Matt Garza pitched his best start the last time out, has struggled here early on. The stuff is there. We have seen it really from the first start back off the disabled list. But now that we get into June, I think this is when you start to hear more about trade rumors, don't you think, Patrick?
Yeah, you know, and it's so hard to find kind of impact starting pitchers, and that's why they're, you know, looking at Jonathan Gray and Mark Appel. And with Garza, you know, he's a perfect win now type of player, and if he shows he's healthy, and you know, teams are going to be calling for that, you know, perfect 2 or 3 month rental, however long it winds up being. But I mean, you guys are around him, you know his kind of energy, his work ethic. I still think he's the type of guy where he's young enough and has the stuff where you could build around him. And that's the other thing they're going to be, you know, debating on the other side leading up to the end of June.
Patrick, do you think all those questions have been answered about his health? I'm thinking his last start he went 93 pitches, but you haven't seen 2 or 3 starts of 100 plus, and you know, that dominating Matt Garza that we've kind of become accustomed to. Has he done enough, or do you think he maybe needs to do a little bit more?
You know, I think the Cubs, I think they were pretty close to trading him last July, and then he had the elbow injury, and he was acquired as a real adorable 200 innings, 30 starts guy, and he really hasn't been that this past couple of years, and it's been kind of one that if he does show that, if they are comfortable with the medicals by the end of July, I do think he's a guy that you can build around.
I think the other issue or question that's going to come up for a contending team interested in Matt Garza is, are they going to look at him as a CC Sabathia 2-3 month rental, or do they want to make a deal for him and sign him to a long-term contract? And that certainly will affect which teams are involved and what you get in return.
I do think if he's healthy and hits the market, he could very well be the best starting pitcher out there at a time when
lined off the glove of Ibar, and the Cubs have 2 on with 1 out.
When teams are and stuff like that, so he could, either way, he could be in a really great position come November, whether that's here.
Climb or fall depending on today and moving forward to the deadline. I mean, is there room for him to go one way or the other?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think if you're talking about if he goes into a pennant race and winds up being the guy that Jed Hoyer and Theo Epstein saw a couple years ago in Boston that totally shut down the Red Sox, and who knows where the meter stops running, where if he has another medical issue or two, that could be away with a qualifying offer.
Cody Ransom tying run at the plate. Cubs trail by 3 here in the 5th. Fly ball well hit into the corner in left. It is gone. We're tied. Right inside the pole in left. And Cub fans are happy here in Southern California. Well, he didn't hit it that far, but you don't need to right down that line.
Just enough. Pitch up, out over the plate, keeps it fair down the line. Huge 3-run homer for Cody. This ball game is tied. You talk about gaining some momentum inside a game. You get the big pickoff over there at first base when Matt was reeling there a little bit. You kind of get out of that inning and you bounce right back. You get a couple guys on and you get a huge big 3-run home run from Cody Ransom.
A lot of lineup changes here in this series, starting with Starlin Castro hitting 7th as Rizzo's going to ground out to Trumbo. Darwin Barney in the leadoff. Did Dale give any indication? Long.
A little more time to kind of let it play out. But I mean, you kind of called this real early last year of, where does Castro kind of fit ideally in a perfect, type of contending team lineup, and maybe Cubs fans probably don't want to hear it, but it could be closer towards that than, say, a number 3 hitter.
Deep right center. This ball well hit. It's going to bang off the wall. Soriano trying for 2. The throw is late.
Second double for Alfonso Soriano to right field. Stays on it again. Great game planning by Sori today.
Comes with a bunch of extra base hits.
That's right.
That is their 3rd double. They've hit a triple and the game-tying 3-run homer by Ransom. And they'll bring Mike Butcher out to the mound. Yeah, I took a little heat for saying in a good lineup. I saw Castro as more of a 6 or 7 hitter, and I still think the jury's out on where he will end up long-term in his career. He is only 23.
But don't you guys agree? You want to see your players define that for themselves, fight their ways into that spot, to have Starlin find success in the 7-hole, and I kind of agree with you, Len. We've seen this now, the struggles that he's had in the 2-hole and the numbers that are there that kind of factually back it up. And this Cubs offense at times struggle because of his inability to hit behind runners and the .287 on base percentage, the things that you see that they frustrate you. So you put him down in the lineup a little bit, take some heat off him, let him find his stroke again, but let him earn maybe his way back into those roles that demand a little bit more bat control, a little bit more understanding of the game of baseball.
I do think he does take more heat than kind of anyone else out there, and I think Dale even acknowledged yesterday he's been hearing a lot of voices in his head about maybe seeing more pitches and stuff like that. So we'll see. He's got, whatever, 4 more months to play with here, and we'll see where he is by the end of September.
Patrick, as always, thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of your brief stay here in Southern California.
Thank you,
long
guys.
road trip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Patrick.
That's our Cubs insider, Patrick Mooney. Chance to take the lead here. Well, the runner at second and 2 outs. The pitch outside.
I'm feeling today there might be a little bit more bang for the buck.
Well, you're right. Ball definitely jumping here this afternoon. In the dirt on a changeup. 3 balls and a strike. Michael Kahn up for the Angels.
What's been impressive for me today, Len, is watching the Cubs offense make the adjustments to Jason Vargas and what his game plan became as this game's gone on. Early being aggressive with that fastball. Cubs were swinging early.
All 4.
He's been hanging out on the outside corner all day long today. Cubs hitters finally this inning have started to make some adjustments, have looked out over the plate, said he's not really challenging us on the inside part of the plate. I can give that up. I don't have to look in here. I don't have to concern myself with this part of the plate. I'm going to look middle away for the rest of the afternoon, get a pitch I can handle, and put a good swing on it. So you see from Cody right there, that's a pitch away, but it's up, it's elevated again. Nice swing. Cody likes to pull the ball, strength of his. Sorry, for me, deliberate. We know how much Sorry can pull the baseball, but you can clearly tell today that he was thinking middle away. Anything that he was going to get up out over the plate, he was going to try to do damage the other way with.
By the way, the Mariners scored 5 in the 14th, so they're now in the 15th. Kyle Seager hit a grand slam to tie it.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding. 5-5, all 10 runs coming in the 14th.
It's never easy to beat those, to break those streaks, those losing streaks or those slumps that you're in. That's baseball's vicious.
Runners go, and they both get a stolen base. Soriano to third, Hairston to second. One count on Castillo. Pitch, swing and a miss on a changeup, 2-2. Change up low. Full count. Castro on deck.
Good take right there from Wellington Castillo. Vargas still looking for that knockout. The swing and the miss pitch right there, doubled up, backed up that changeup with another one.
Well hit, deep right center. Trout racing back, and he makes a running catch to end the inning. Not too many guys can run him down like Trout. Peter Borges, his teammate, is one of those guys. But a big inning, a 3-run homer. Cody Ransom to tie it up in the 5th.
Friday, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson are back.
Classic Alanis.
In the Movie Entertainment Weekly calls another winner from the guys who brought you Wedding Crashers.
This is tapioca. It happens all the time. Some would say it's the point.
The Internship, rated PG-13.
Bonjour, je t'adore, c'est aujourd'hui et toujours, maman, how about me?
Here's to a life less routine. The more connected, athletic, seductive Lexus RX. See your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer.
This Friday.
Welcome to the Google Intern competition.
Let's do this.
They'll bring the system to its knees.
I could sell prosciutto to a rabbi, and I have.
And the world to its feet.
Classic Alanis.
The Internship, rated PG-13.
Hi, I'm David Kaplan with a Coors Light Sportsnet Central update. Blackhawks defenseman Duncan Keith suspended for tomorrow night's Game 4 because of his high stick on the Kings' Jeff Carter in last night's loss in L.A. Sox starter Jake Peavy shut down for 4 to 6 weeks with a non-displaced rib fracture. Now let's go back out west to Len and my guy Holly in Anaheim.
Thanks, Cap. 4-4 on Cody Ransom's 3-run homer to tie it.
Cubs Destinations travel packages provide fans with the most unique behind-the-scenes VIP Cubs game experiences available. Take this opportunity to start your summer in Seattle June 28th through the 30th, where you can see your Chicago Cubs take on those Mariners at Safeco Field. This package includes great tickets, first-class hotel accommodations, a special Cubs gift bag, a VIP tour of Safeco Field, and a private meet and greet with current Cubs players. For more information, visit Cubs.com.
So we'll see how Garza responds. He gave up 2 in the 4th, really struggled to get through that inning. And then the Cubs tying it up on the Ransom homer. And the pitch to Eric Ibar is a strike on a curve.
This might be the biggest inning of the ball game for Matt Garza. That shutdown inning that you look for after your offense responds and gets you back in the ball game. Got the top of the lineup to deal with.
Garza coming home on an 0-2. He got him on a slider. Time now for Xfinity high-speed action. Mike Trout does it all. base running. We know about his offense. Well, really nice running catch to end the top of this inning.
Maybe the best way to kind of talk about Mike, it's not what he's done or what he's going to do. It's really, for me, how polished he is already as a player at such a young age. Such a great understanding of the game. Good approach. Gets great jumps, great breaks. You see it right there. Ball off the bat, even dealing with the shadows right there. Knows his circumstances, knows his strides into the warning track. 1-2 steps, wall, be able to reach up and grab it right there. I mean, his game is so rounded and so polished already at such an early age.
3-0.
Yeah, like he needs another compliment, right? Right, telling him how great he is all the time. He is.
Garza's 3-1. Now 3-2.
The foul ball made me realize I need to start watching the foul balls.
Yeah, we are certainly in the line of fire up here.
I've been watching the ABs and the pitches and then giving up on the foul balls, and I just realized that
yeah, we're right here.
We're right in line.
Garza back in it, the 3-2. Wafted to right. Scott Hairston makes a catch. He's done a nice job against Mike Trout, who's gone 0 for 3. Good comeback from a 3-0 count. Outside on Pujols.
Has been part of Matt's labors here in the last couple innings, falling behind hitters. Fell behind Mike Trout, able to come back, make some pitches again, stay away, which is a good place to side in this ballpark and get those fly balls to right. Don't want to make a habit of falling behind too many hitters though in this Angels lineup.
Feathers in a changeup. See that patch above Angels? It says LEW for Dr. Louis Yoakum, who recently passed away. He was in his 36th year as the Angels team orthopedist. Pujols able to hold. Two balls and a strike.
Dr. Yoakum saved many a career. Tommy John surgery.
2-2.
Really kind of saw that throughout baseball. A lot of players talking about his passing and how much he meant to them and how he had saved their career.
Job Yoakum Andrews. Big three names you hear a lot. Swing and a miss. He just muscled him with a fastball to end the inning. A 1-2-3 for Garza in the 5th. So we'll go to the 6th. Tied at 4.
Look at them kids. They have no idea what it was like before U-verse high-speed internet.
Yeah. You couldn't just stream movies to a device like that.
One time, I'd wait half a day to watch a movie.
You watch movies? I was lucky if I could watch a show.
Show? Man, I was happy to see a sneezing panda clip.
Trevor, have you eaten today? You sound a little grumpy.
Connect all your Wi-Fi enabled devices with UVerse high-speed internet. Rethink possible.
Motor Trend asked truck owners who aren't driving a Ford to take the EcoBoost Challenge.
Ford, I'm impressed.
Ford F-150 with EcoBoost technology versus Chevy Silverado.
Silverado is struggling right now. The F-150 just totally outperformed it.
It made towing that huge boat around very easy.
I'm very surprised that it's a V6. I would pick the Ford if I had my choice between the two.
Now get 1,000 trade assist on F-150 and choose either 0 for 60 or 6250 in cash savings plus 1,000 bonus cash.
After every Blackhawks game, don't miss Blackhawks postgame live on Comcast Sportsnet. Go inside the locker room for a player's take, hear from Coach Q, and see Pat and Steve break down the action. Blackhawks postgame live, presented by Hawk Ford. After every game on Comcast Sportsnet.
Tonight after Cubs postgame live, stick around for Sportsnet Central presented by GMC. The Hawks regroup in LA and prepare for Game 4. And Bears star cornerback Charles Tillman hosts a bowling party to help kids in need. Don't miss it. Sportsnet Central coming up. Out in the left center, Starlin Castro splits the gap. And that's a leadoff double. Good start to the 6th.
Starlin finally got something he could put his arms around. Wraps this fastball into the gap. Leadoff double for the Cubs. Sets the table.
4th time the Cubs have put the leadoff man on, and the 3rd time with an extra base hit.
Yeah, we could take this all the way back to the early innings, Len, and talk about playing for the lead. You're in that position again. Here you are, top of the 6th. You just had a huge shutdown inning from Matt Garza through the top of their lineup. Got Starlin out at 2nd. Nobody out and a chance to break this tie.
High chopper for Navarro. And everybody's safe. How about an infield hit for Deanna Navarro?
Call that
his teammates love it.
The Anaheim hop, maybe.
Yeah, typically that's called the Baltimore chop.
Right.
Well, we're a long way from Baltimore, right off the top of home plate.
Well, I'll tell you what. Deanna right there was keeping that front foot down, and you could clearly tell again that what he was going to do was get that ball to the right side, and you saw it there. It was a little delayed swing. He wanted to let the ball get a little deeper. I know we're kind of laughing about it, chopping it off the plate and getting that hit, but again, the thought is what this is all about. Cubs have now set the table with runners on 1st and 3rd.
Fouled back by Ryan Sweeney.
See it right there. I mean, that wasn't a pull me swing. That was, oh, okay, you know what? I got a runner at 2nd base. I got to get this guy over. It's a little late. We'll call it the Anaheim hop, if you will.
But you get the teammates in the background there say, nice hustle.
You get the result you want, and that's the big thing.
Flared into left. It'll drop for a hit, and the Cubs have the lead. Castro in. Ryan Sweeney with his 5th hit of the series, and it's 5-4.
Great piece of hitting from Ryan. Does what he does best. Stay inside the baseball. Lefty on lefty. Little lob wedge down the left field line. Pick up the RBI.
That will be it for Vargas, who was unblemished in the month of May. Time for the Honda call to the pen. 5-4 Cubs in the 6th.
Are you paying attention? Because I haven't even gotten to the juicy part yet.
I have. It's tender, too.
Yeah? So we text back Spring Break 05. Like, that narrows it down.
Everyone's talking about Dunkin's new juicy chicken sandwich. Grab one with barbecue or bacon and ranch today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor available at O'Reilly Auto, Walgreens, Pep Boys, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
John? Phil?
The 2013 Range Rover Sport.
It's like lightning in a snowball.
It's like an iceberg volcano.
It's like a hot chocolate culotta.
Oh.
I just read the cup.
Hot chocolate goes chill with the Dunkin' Donuts Hot Chocolate Culotta. Hurry in and cool off today. America runs on Dunkin'.
Time for the Honda call to the pen. Right-hander Michael Kahn warmed up last night, did not get into the game. He did not pitch last year, had Tommy John surgery on April 12th of 2012. Cubs with 3 straight hits to start this 6th inning and now lead 5-4.
Yeah, Michael Kahn, you're going to see a lot of fastballs. He's got a +1, 93, 95. It's kind of where he hangs out. We'll see the slider along with that. He loves to throw the hard stuff.
Navarro at second, Sweeney at first, nobody out.
First pitch in there at 95. You see that arm.
Kahn will turn 27 later this month. He's from Camden, South Carolina. 0-2. Has a sign from Ionetta, and a pitch. Slider in the dirt. Lefty Scott Downs pitched in the ballgame last night.
Cubs would like to add on right here. Nice job today against Jason Vargas. 11 hits in only 5+ innings. Good approach, made the necessary adjustments. Kind of tipped his hand, I felt, early in this ball game. Cubs hitters answered, looked away, went away.
Season high in hits allowed for Vargas, and at this point has tied a season high with 5 runs allowed. Kicking the 2-2. Another foul by Barney. Three-run homer by Cody Ransom to tie it in the 5th. And they've grabbed the lead on a Ryan Sweeney RBI single here in the 6th. And they'd like to get some more.
Darwin doing a nice job spoiling some pitchers' pitches right now. He was down 0-2 in the count. He's got it back to 2-2, and he's got his hands full. But again, fouling off some tough pitches. Kahn's gone to the strikeout. His slider, his strikeout pitch a few times, and Darwin's been able to put some wood on it, keep himself alive. Got a lot of speed on the bases for the Cubs. Spoils another one.
Their finals from today. The Phillies 6, the Marlins 1, so Philadelphia sweeps that series. Season high 11 strikeouts for Cole Hamels. He improved to just 2-9 with the win. They're back to 500. Way up in the air. Foul ground third base side. Kayaspo the catch. That's a first out.
I believe Cole Hamels snapped a lengthy losing streak.
It was a 6-game skid for Hamels. Dominic Brown homered again. 18, including 10 in his last 12 games.
Yeah, he's been on fire. Put my eyes on Dominic Brown. A lot of prospect talk in spring training about him and who he was going to be at the major league level. The Phillies really waiting on him to show him what he's all about. He's really starting to blossom. Shortened his swing up, started turning on fastballs in. Most of the highlights I've seen now are pitchers trying to readjust to his game plan, and I've seen mistakes out over the plate, and Dominic is making them pay virtually on a daily basis.
Now Ransom with the big home run to tie it. 1 inning ago.
Beautiful swing from Cody right there, able to keep it fair down the left field line. Big 3-run home run.
Shallow right, and it'll be Kendrick in fair territory right along the foul line to make the catch. So 2 outs. The Yankees swept the Indians 6-4 the final today in New York. You've got Anthony Rizzo due up, and Mike Scioscia is going to go with his lefty Scott Downs. So Kahn does his job, faces 2, gets them both. Our second Honda call to the pen here in the Cubs 6th, leading the Angels 5-4.
Why is Avis right for me? They understand what I need to get pumped for victory. Like a Sirius stereo to blast pulse-pounding music that turns me from a man into a beast. I get so pumped that nothing slows me down. But they make sure I have the kind of mean machine that can handle it. By the time I arrive, I'm more than in the zone. I'm a savage.
I got those. Oh, I got it, Mr. Stricker. Oh, really? I insist. No, I insist.
Avis, it's Steve Stricker's space, and it's your space.
I don't have the heart to tell my children what happened to their college fund. I should have investigated more.
Sign on the door, fancy car. I thought I was in good hands. Before you invest, check with the Illinois Secretary of State's Securities Department to make sure the company is registered and the broker is licensed. Call 800-628-7937. Online, go to avoidthescam.net.
If it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Whoa! Don't want you spilling that hot latte on my driver's seat.
This is my car. Who are you?
I'm the second owner.
The what?
I will own this car after you. Look, I'm not telling you how to drive our car.
Our car?
If you're gonna have a latte in the car, keep a lid on it.
It's a cappuccino.
Still needs a lid.
The exceptional certified pre-owned program with the highest quality cars. Good news for the second owner.
Take care of my car.
Visit your local Audi dealer to learn about the many benefits of our comprehensive certified pre-owned program.
So a Honda call to the pen. Former Cub Scott Downs, who worked a 1-2-3 7th last night, facing nothing but lefties. We'll get a left-handed hitter here in this one as he faces Anthony Rizzo.
Will be more of a situational spot for him. Last night, that's kind of what Scott has become, more of that situational lefty, not typically facing multiple hitters in an inning. I think you're going to see that today. Yesterday, you saw him pitch that one inning. He is the only lefty in the Angels bullpen. Mike Scioscia willing to go get Mr. Downs. Anthony struggling with Jason Vargas today. A lot of early swinging.
Strike one.
And that's where a lot of those pitches you would see from Jason Vargas. Jason attacked Anthony on the inside part of the plate virtually all afternoon long. Anthony hit some balls hard, but to the first base side. And very early in the count, Scott Downs follows that up, attacks the exact same spot.
Chase to curve. It's 0-2.
Big sweeper to the outside corner. Anthony comes up empty.
Ground ball right side, picked up by Trumbo. He'll feed Downs, and the inning comes to an end. Ryan Sweeney with a go-ahead RBI single. The Cubs now lead 5-4.
Sign a waiver.
Waiver.
Two seats, one for you and one for racing legend Mario Andretti. The fastest seat in sports sweepstakes. Enter for a chance to start an IZOD IndyCar Series race at shophonda.com.
Tomorrow, the White Sox and A's meet again, and this time it's on the Sox home turf. Watch as Dylan Axelrod and the boys look to shut down Coco Crisp and the A's on the south side. White Sox A's, tomorrow night at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Let's stay awake and listen to the dark.
Live to inspire. Chrome by Itzaro.
Hey, buddy.
His name is Frank.
Call animal control. Google, call window repair.
Calling.
How to unglue super glue.
Dishwasher's broke.
Google, I need a wet vac.
I'll never fall in love again.
How many boys are there in the world?
Being the guy who fixes it all.
I like your odds.
That's powerful.
That's a lot.
Verizon. Get a Droid Razr HD by Motorola in blue for $99.99.
Let's stay awake and listen to the dark.
Live to inspire. Chrome by Itzaro.
Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC. Tonight, after postgame live on Comcast Sportsnet.
Our Avis slow-mo replay. I talked about it. That big inning, that big 5th inning. There's the slider to Ibar. Picks up the first strikeout. There's the heat to Albert Pujols right there. Talking about a shutdown inning. Cubs had just tied up the ball game. Matt went out there, top of the lineup, 1-2-3, quick inning, got his boys back in the dugout. Cubs respond with another run, take the lead 5-4.
He will face Trumbo, Hamilton, and Kendrick here in the Angels' 6th.
Cubs Authentics is the premier outlet for all MLB authenticated Cubs memorabilia, from game-used baseballs, bases, and jerseys to autographed bats and photos. Cubs Authentics has the most exclusive Cubs memorabilia. Visit the Wrigley Field Concourse, the Cubs store across from Wrigley Field, or Cubs.com/authentics for all your Cubs memorabilia needs.
Trumbo has grounded out to the pitcher and walked. Breaking ball, strike.
Big first pitch right there from Matt Garza. I seem to keep putting more pressure on each passing inning, but those are the circumstances in this game. You go back to that shutdown inning for Matt. Cubs had tied the ball game. Now he's got the lead. He needs another shutdown inning.
Blew it by him in 93. It's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. Trumbo's going to reach.
Yeah, that was a weird pitch all the way around. From the location, it kind of felt Wellington probably could have picked that up a little sooner, but it gets itself all the way to the backstop. Mark Trumbo swung at it, though. That's kind of what gets you hanging right there. That's a pitch about 1.5 feet off the outside corner.
A pass ball charge to Castillo, so it's Hamilton with Trumbo at first, nobody out. Hamilton's been on via double and a fielder's choice and has scored twice. That one drifts inside as well.
Yeah. The thing about this time of day, Len, and we were talking about this a little bit earlier, the shadows that'll come down over the stadium, that, you know, where the pitcher's in the sunlight and the hitter's in the shadow. But what goes on now for the hitter and even the catcher is the sunlight that you have in the outfield
against the backdrop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything beyond the pitcher is very bright. Everything around you in your tunnel, in your lines, is very, very dark where the shadows have come in.
Two-ball, no strike count, and the pitch. That one got away from Garza. 3-0. Loads up that right hand with Rosin. Cubs shifting on the infield. Ransom way off the line at third, and the pitch. Hamilton taking. Thought it was ball 4. 3-1.
Yeah, just enough of the strike zone right there on the 3-0 pitch.
Well, Blazer has been calling that low strike today. Bounce to Rizzo. 3, 6, 3. It's a double play. 2 down.
Big time pitch from Matt Garza right there. Hitters count for Josh Hamilton, 3-1, looking to do damage. Matt able to beat him with the fastball in, beats it into the ground. Anthony picks it clean. Turns it relatively easy. Strong throw to second. Relay throw to first from Starlin Castro. No problem. 2 down for the Cubbies.
Kendrick 5 for 5 in the series. Homer today. 2 RBIs, 2 runs.
We've seen this all series long. Howie doing such a nice job staying inside the baseball. When we talk about that double play we just saw, it makes it even that much more important when you factor the hottest hitter in the building is at the plate right now.
Swing and a miss on a good slider. That was a strike to ball slider. Looks like it's going to be a juicy pitch, and then it disappears.
Well, Howie took a looked like he wanted to tie up this ball game on one swing of the bat right there. Kind of got away from what his game plan has been all series long, which has been a good one. I got no problem with it. Right back out there. Nats had to work hard in this ball game. 88 pitches.
Number 89, base hit. Back-to-back 3 for 3 games for Kendrick in the series.
So Tony Gwynn is the 5-5 hole. Is that the 3-4 hole over there we got? He's been good, boy.
Rookie Hector Rondon getting loose in the bullpen. Garza will check on Kendrick. It is over. The White Sox beat the Mariners 7-5 in 16 innings. All kinds of firsts and major league records in that game. I believe most runs ever scored in a game, with a scoreless tie through at least 13 innings. Each team with 5 in the 14. And the White Sox win it with 2 in the 16th, so their 8-game losing streak is history.
Sounds like they had to fight for it this afternoon. It's usually how it goes.
Change up in the dirt.
Real tough news on Peavy.
5 hours and 42 minutes at Safeco today. Alex Rios went 4 for 8. Gordon Beckham went 4 for 7. Seager hit the game-tying grand slam. Jason Bay went 1 for 8. 6 men left on base. Sinker outside. 2-1.
Well, Ibar's your man. This is the guy you want right here. That at 92 pitches, laboring a little bit, slowing the game down, the tempo down. Trout lurking in the on-deck circle.
Back liner is going to be caught by Ryan Sweeney. So Garza, through 6, has a lead. It's 5-4 Cubs. So.
Cold refreshment, grab a Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Save big money during Menards' 11% sale.
Receive an 11% rebate on all your purchases all this week.
Sleep in comfort with a Serta mattress. The blue Twilight Super Pillow Top Queen mattress set is $598 after 11% rebate. Or this blue Opal 2 Memory Foam Queen mattress is $619 after 11% rebate.
Hurry in now and save big money.
With an 11% rebate on everything in the store.
Save big money at Menards.
These days, it seems like everyone's headed to the same old places to do the same old stuff. We say it's time to change it up. It's time to put your blinker on and head someplace new, wherever that may be. The all-new 2014 Mitsubishi Outlander with advanced safety technologies, 31 miles per gallon and room for 7. It's never been easier to find your own lane.
Time for our AT&T tweet of the game. Mr. Hollingsworth has become a quick favorite of mine to listen to. Nice tweet.
Good. Hopefully they weren't listening too closely last inning as I got duped by Mr. Cayaspo.
Well,
no, Mr. Trout is not in the on-deck circle. Sorry.
That's all right. Good to have you with us. Jim DeShay's back in Houston for the high school graduation of his daughter Kelly, and fun to have you back here at the ballpark.
Well, I appreciate that, Len. It's been a lot of fun.
Cubs leading by a run as they try to get out of here with a series split. Off day tomorrow. The Pirates come in over the weekend. We mentioned it. The Pirates just got swept in Atlanta, but off to a good start this year, so it'll be a tough weekend. And 2 left-handed starters for the Pirates in that upcoming series. And here's a Jared Weaver lookalike, Garrett Richards.
I better be on my game from here on out. That's right, he does. You know, Garrett Richards is one of their young guns now in the bullpen. Kind of bounced around between the starting rotation and that bullpen. Big arm. A little inconsistent, though, early on in his career.
42nd overall pick in the 09 draft. Went to the University of Oklahoma. Works from the stretch with nobody on. 7th inning, 5-4 Cubs. Soriano hits a rope to left. Sliding catch, J.B. Shuck.
Yeah, Sori robbed of the base hit. He's been all over the baseball today. 2 doubles to right, line drive out to left. Nice running catch by J.B. Shuck.
Nate Sherholtz will hit for Scott Hairston.